your host. I'm Judith Ayala, and
my name is Manuel Rodriguez.
yeah.
I'm from Chihuahua, Mexico.
And I am from the United States. So, welcome everyone. We're gonna have Chandler. He's amazing. Come on, Chandler.
All right. Can I get everyone to stop and clap? Let's do this. Yo, my name is Chandler. I don't need a hammer. I only like girls with really good standards. On a scale of 0 to 1 with a couple extra zeros. If you'll be my Johnson, I'll be your hero. I'm a rapping comedian. My shirt is medium. This next part doesn't rhyme, and I'm sorry. How y'all doing tonight? Alright, sounds good. My name's Chandler. I'd like to start by telling you a little bit about my life. My girlfriend is like my Xbox. I don't have an Xbox. But my roommate does, and it seems so unfair. And it's just not fair that he just sits there and plays with her all day. I think the real reason I can't have an Xbox is because I can't afford it. They're expensive. Alright, I was at Walmart the other day. Gotta love Walmart. Because the people there are just so great. And this guy behind me, he gets so mad because he had to wait a little longer. And he kept getting mad. And I said, hey man, you gotta wait like everyone else. He turns to me and says, you're just saying that because you're racist. And see, the race card would work normally because it's like bringing a knife to a gunfight. Like, it's a pretty low blow. And it normally would work, except for he was white, so it's like bringing a spoon to a gunfight. And I was like, yo, you're white too. And he goes, no, you're racist against me because I'm Canadian. I was like, all right, give me this spoon, you only get dental floss. Canadians. I love analogies, but I think sometimes I wonder where they come from. Like, there's more than one way to skin a cat. I want to know who created that and how many cats they've skinned in their life to realize that you can do it more than one way. Oh man. I had a professor once who, he liked doing accents. And he did an accent of his wife. It was awful. Because he's a pretty big guy, so he had a deep voice, but when he talked to his wife's accent, like, when he tried to impersonate his wife, it got lower. So it'd be like, honey, where do you want to go to the store? I don't know, dear. Alright. I like dancing, but it's interesting because dancing's gotten to the point where you don't need to actually know how to dance, you just need to know how to mimic an object. So like, you have the sprinkler and the lawnmower, and I invented one for all of you out there who want to bust a new move. It's called the blender. It goes like this. Getting out the blender, putting fruit in the blender, starting the blender, putting the lid on the blender, starting the blender, waiting. For all the guys out there, that'll definitely get you an Xbox. Oh man. I recently found out that a 2-liter bottle, tinfoil, and Drano makes an explosion. I also recently never allowed back at Legoland. Also, they're missing a dragon. I'm sorry. Do you guys want to hear a story? Yeah! This is a true story, by the way. This actually happened. I was going to Utah because all Mormons go to Utah. And I met this girl when I was waiting at the airport, and she was great because she was nice, she was pretty, she didn't run away when I started talking to her, and it was cool, and I was like, alright, I'll get on the plane first, and then I'll save you a spot. She goes, oh, okay, so I had to get on first because that's how tickets worked, and I sit down, I have my backpack there, and I'm like, alright, let's talk to this girl, sweet, and I see her coming up the aisle. She's like, alright, so I move my backpack, and as soon as I move my backpack, this huge fat guy sits right in your spot. And I was like, oh no! And all I had to do was I just like watched him, made eye contact, and was like, so, I mean, that sucks. Anyway, I got another thing for you guys. This is special. So just hold on. Here's a couple jokes for all you who are more artistically inclined. This is a star. This is a shooting star. So here's a math problem for all you. Alright, 3x over 4y equals 9z. This is an annoying problem. This is also an annoying problem. And I wonder what happened to this box. I got one last one for all you. This is an alien. This is also an alien. That's it for me.
Okay. Next comedian is Justin.
Okay, my name's Justin, just like you said. One thing about me is that my last name is beer spelled backwards. And as a Mormon, it's kind of awkward because I do actually drink water. But I'm pretty sure my bishop just had a heart attack on that one. And so, just like Chandler, the last guy, I was looking around, and I don't have an Xbox either. But it's kind of funny because the last time I actually went to get an Xbox, they looked at me and said, "We should just be friends." Well, you say that now. You all are thinking it. So, just something about me. This is my first time here at BYUI and my first semester. Just by a round of applause, I want to get to know you guys. How many of you remember your first semester? So how many of you remember your first couple of days? So for those of you who don't know, your first couple of days, they sit you down and they talk to you about the history of this university. So they sit you down in the theater, you watch this movie, and it's all about the history. It talks about the spirit of bricks. And so you're sitting there, you're watching the movie, and it has nothing to do at all with Harry Potter and Nearly Headless Nick, because that's what I was thinking. So my roommate, he was new as well to this semester, and he didn't see this movie about the spirit of bricks. But on that same note, he wakes up every morning at 6 o'clock without any alarm whatsoever. It's really kind of weird. And so he wakes up one morning, like 6 o'clock on the dot, and he's like, "Dude, why do I have so much energy?" And I waited a couple seconds, and while he was brushing his teeth, I got up real close to him and I was like, "It's the spirit of bricks." And then the other day, we were actually out at the crossroads getting some food, and he was like, "Man, why is this food so good?" And I looked at him and I was like, "It's also the spirit of bricks." And so we were at devotional, and once again, we come out and he was like, man, why are there so many women here at BYUI? I was like, that's not the spirit of Riggs. And so, a couple days ago, I was sitting down with my roommate in my room and we were talking about his Xbox problems. And it had something to do with the red ring of death. I have no idea what that is. Some of you do, apparently. That's not marriage, by the way. And so I'm sitting there talking about it. Because I'm single, I don't really care about his problems. And the light's shining in, and it's late at night, and he's talking, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, man, I got a nice shadow puppet going here. And he looks at me and he's like, okay, so what do you think I should do? I was like, dude, this is the best dog convention I've ever had. And so last week, I decided to go see The Great Gatsby. Who else here has seen that movie? Apparently it wasn't that good. So, just a quick word of advice. If you guys are gonna go to Fat Cats, buy your tickets 4 hours in advance so that you don't get what I got. I literally got smack dab front row seats, and there's this just giant screen right in front of me. So during the whole movie, I'm sitting here like this, and I'm looking at Leonardo DiCaprio, and then over at Tobey Maguire, and back at Leonardo. And then there's this one part specifically where it zooms on, or zooms in to Your Great Gatsby, to like introduce him, I guess. And so it zooms in really close, and for anybody sitting in the back rows, it's perfectly fine. But anybody sitting up close, you get this view of Leonardo DiCaprio right here at your face. And I'm looking up at him, and I can see his nose. And I noticed that he had a booger in there. And I wanted to name it The Great Booger, or something like that. It didn't really work out. So, I wanted to talk about one of my first experiences here on the campus. And I was walking home one day, and I've got this Transformer shirt. And so I'm walking home, I've got my iPod in, and out of nowhere, this college guy comes behind me and starts yelling out my name, I guess. And I don't know him, so whatever. I just keep walking and listening to my iPod. And then he actually catches up to me and starts poking at me like I'm the Pillsbury Doughboy. And I turned back, I was like, what do you want? And he looks at me and he's like, dude, I've been following you for the past 10 minutes. I've been waiting for you to transform. I was like, what is that? Of course, I didn't realize I was the size of a car. Okay. Oddly enough as it is, I've actually lost a lot of weight since I've come here. So I'm in this moment, and I'm like really angry, and I look back at this kid, and I'm thinking to myself, what would Shia LaBeouf do? And so I look at him and I scream, Optimus! And he turns around and I punch him in the face. And while he's bent down, I look at him, I was like, it's the spirit of Riggs. Thanks guys, that's my time.